Just sitting here, drinking some water. See my nice water bottle? And also having myself a treat, a little chocolate treat. If you know me, I don't like chocolate very well, but today I think I'll have some chocolate. Oh, you know where I got this chocolate from? I picked it off a tree. No, I didn't pick it off a tree. You know where I got this water from? Don't say Gordon's. I got this water from the store. No, where do we get our food from? Wait, did you notice something different about my hair? Isn't it lovely? I had a special request from a student to wear a wig today, so here you are. Fancy wig for my fancy students. You're fancy too. All right, today we are going to work on looking at our resources. So for example, this is a super important tool we use. Can you go out and pick that off a tree? You certainly can't, but the wood comes from a tree, doesn't it? The graphite is some kind of mineral. Water, bet you couldn't find the bottled water outside. You have to make water from petroleum, right? Or some kind of oil product to make plastic. And then the water actually does come from our ecosystems. Why do you care? Well, you like to eat food. I like to eat food. Here's the candy bar wrapper. Have you ever seen one of these? Make sure you recycle it if you get an opportunity. And by the way, our school recycles candy wrappers. So hang on to yours, bring them to school. We'll put them in a candy wrapper box. I'm just going to eat this chocolate while we're hanging out. This also came from nature, but I can't go pick it off a tree, right? All right. Our learning target today is I can identify services and resources provided by ecosystems. All right. So sorry. Here's our important term. Natural resource. Say it with me. Natural resource. A natural resources are materials or substances that are found in nature and are necessary or useful to humans, such as water, air, soil, minerals, animals, plants. All of these things come from nature, right? So if you break it down, on notebook page 27, the natural resources are air, water, land being the soil, forest being plants, animals, and land minerals. I know you can't see it, but it is notebook page 27. So now today we're going to talk about the service that we get from those ecosystems or related services provided by those ecosystems. In our air, we really count on our air for purification of air and for climate control. So both services are provided by plants. So the air that we need, the natural resource that we have, is provided by plants. Our water, it's really important that we have water that's clean enough to drink, right? And water filtration and waste treatment really happens in different types of soil and groundwater as it's filtered through the soil or plant roots that cycle it up, right? So both freshwater and also oceans provide us with food sources, right? Like some of you eat seaweed for a snack, and almost all of us eat fish. Our soil, our land is super important. Fertile soil grows fertile plants, which can feed all of our livestock and animals. And we need to be able to continue to feed herbivores, and we need to be able to have microbes in the soil that break down and prevent diseases. And that actually comes from the soil. You know, when you're little and your mom's like, don't put that dirt in your mouth. Actually, it helps your immune system because there's all these wonderful little microbes living in soil. Wait a minute, Mrs. Tomlinson, you talked about soil being abiotic. You're right, I did. And we are going to continue to refer to soil as being abiotic, but it does contain biotic things, such as bacteria, okay, and microbes. So also we have forests, and forest gives us all kinds of things. They give us building materials for our shelter. They have all kinds of plants for medicines. They also have all of those plants are releasing air into the oxygen so we can breathe them. And what do we get from animals? Aside from the farm animals that you eat, we have all of these food chains that keep our ecosystems balanced, right? And we want to make sure that they provide the basics of the food chain, and animals do that. They provide the very basics of the food chain for us, right? If one or two of those animals are gone, who knows how many other things that makes a difference with. So land, just being minerals. So there's a difference between the soil and there's difference with minerals. So land soil is like to support plants, and the minerals are actually things that we make. Like, for example, this pencil right here, made out of graphite, right? Where do you think this paint comes from? You can't just like go out in nature and get it, but we made it with minerals, right? And humans consume minerals that make everyday life easier, like concrete and steel and copper and plastic and cleaning solutions and synthetic raw materials and oil and coal and rubber and building construction materials. We get so much of our minerals from the land, right? You might not be able to go out and just see it, but it's there and we use it and we change it, right? So today, your job is to read up on all of these natural resources. Ooh, I bumped my thing here. Today, your job is to read up on all of these natural resources and finish notebook page 27 as you're reading about them, okay? And then if you don't want to read it yourself, you can just choose to have me read it to you. So I'll like read it to you and teach it to you as you're taking notes. I will provide you a table. If you're in class, I'll provide you a table so that it's easy to fill in and you can see where to put all your answers. And then you can just cut and paste it onto your notebook, page 27. Have an amazing day. Oh, this wig.